Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here I will present about managing employee benefit. First, introduce my name is Hasan Mashud with student number 1801010047. Before entering the material, here are the highlights that we will convey in today. Concept maps. Any 4 points in this presentation. First, employee benefit definition. Second, employee benefit goals. Third, employee benefit principle. Last but not least, type of employee benefits. Employee benefit definition. Employee benefits are financial and non-financial compensation received by employer directly or indirectly for the continuation of their work at the company where they work. Others are also usually intended as indirect remuneration provided by the company to work outside of wages and salaries in order to increase employer morale. Next, employer benefit goals. Any 4 points in this slide. First, motivate employees. Second, increase job satisfaction. Next, attract new employees. Last, reduce employee turnover. I will explain one. Motivate employees. Motivate employers. Here is an encouragement that supports individual to work better than before and provide the best performance in order to achieve the expected goals. Second, increase job satisfaction. It is the same as in the first point. If the employer is given an allowance at work, the employer will be more achieved and develop again at work. Third, attract new employers. Usually, if employer get benefits, employer will tell others employers so that they attract prospective employees. Last, reduce employer turnover. That is the company already believes in the performance of the employers, the employer will be maintained by giving allowance so that his duties are not replaced by others employees. Next is about employee benefit principle according to Shimamura 1997. Any 4 points in this slide. First, employee benefit must meet real needs. Two, benefit programs must be flexible. Three, or third, benefits should be limited to achieve their groups are more efficient than individual. Last, the company must carry out an extensive and well-planned communication program. We will enter in number one. Employee benefits must meet real needs. The purpose of this point is that the allowance given must be able to meet the need in the real world. For example, give give the for give the feast day allowance in the form of money. The money will help him in meeting his need at the time of holiday. Second, benefit program must be flexible. The point is that we will must provide benefit by giving them only to group of worker, not to individually workers, because the time used and the result used will be more effective. Next, benefits should be limited to achieve their groups are more efficient than individual. The point is that allowance program carried out and at the company must cover all achieved activities in the company to be more efficient. Thus, the company must carry out an extensive and well-planned communication program. Before implementing the benefits program, we'll still talk to each employee individually so that we know that the employer needs so that the benefit provided will be used and help their life or make their daily life easier. Next slide, I will explain you about type of employer benefits. I need to point in this slide. First, mandatory benefit are required by law. Second, non-mandatory allowance. Employers provide most benefit voluntary, but the law acquires that benefits. These benefits cover about 10% of the total compensation cost. On mandatory. Second, non-mandatory allowance. Non-mandatory benefits usually result from unilateral management decisions in some companies and from labor or management negotiation in others. Next, turnover definition. Employer turnover is the activities of changing employees of a company caused by the determinant of the occurrence of the employee's displacement, either voluntary or not. The mean is, will the employer turnover rate of labor turnover rate is the tendency or intensity of a company experience employees turnover or turnover. Turnover rate is measured based on the number of workers who stop working in a certain period of time. Till employers do not vote well the companies, even the companies can lose money because the employer turnover rate is too high. The next is turnover type. I need to point in this slide. First, functional. Second, dysfunctional. We enter in functional, where employer turnover does not affect the qualities of the companies. It even tends to be profitable. It is said to be profitable because the employer has a poor performance so that the companies can replace it with another better employees. The second is dysfunctional. This type of turnover tends to be detrimental to the company. This is due to several reasons. First, whether the performance is bad or good, the employer is still need functional. Second, the loss of a leader. The third is that the employers had good performance, good behavior, and has a big influence on the company. The next is factor that cause turnover. And the 3 points in this slide. First, individual factor. Second, organizational factor. Last, geographic factor. We will enter in number 1, the individual factor. The individual factor include job satisfaction, how much satisfaction employees work, whether the company meets the needs of its work-life balance or not. Too heavy workload, the duration of work is long enough and want to find new challenges. Employers' mentality. Next is organizational factor. The organizational factor include the company's work system tends to be repressive and does not pay attention to the needs and welfare of employees. The salary system is not transparent. There is no employer engagement program there individually or between teams. An obsolete work system that does not adapt to anomalies or future competition. The last is geographical factor. Geographical factor themselves are usually influenced by distance of employees to the office. This becomes a turnover factor as well if the employer has worked at the current company for a long time. So many presentations from me. There are more or less. I apologize. Thank you. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.